It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
A captivating time-lapse view of the traffic on the historic 3rd Avenue Bridge, a landmark here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And welcome, everyone, to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Ready to go?
Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. So glad you can join us from the beautiful Target Center, the home of the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And, of course, Nick Young. Without his presence, they'll have to overcome the hole there.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio, defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Parker in at the one.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Now here's Parker. Valanciunas passes to Leonard. Back to Valanciunas. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Green kicks to Parker. Screen by Valanciunas. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. Parker.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to... challenge, Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Butler. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Utah Jazz.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates. And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Parker kicks to Leonard. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Burke. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. To the paint. Changes up. Towns. Out to the right wing. Reed a screen. Butler against Green. That's tipped. Here's Reed. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Green with a screen on Butler. The offensive rebound. Valanciunas. Nobody near Leonard. Hits the three-point bomb.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Here's Burke. And the layup's good off the glass.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And so it's San Antonio with it, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. That's good.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, the dish to Ingles. The feed to Parker. Finished off the break. Parker's got 5.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up. And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Aldridge a screen. Pass to Valanciunas. Butler goes in. Timberwolves keep it alive. There's the triple. Up again. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. For San Antonio, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Parker left side. The pass to Valanciunas. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
A moment here to see some stats for Parker. He had a strong showing last season. 6th in assists, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And last season, his floor awareness was impeccable. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everybody involved.
Here's Leonard. That jam! I mean, just beautiful.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Aldridge dishes to Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one is on Towns. The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And the Spurs making a change here. Gasol's checked in. Burke kicks to Ingles. They set the pick. Off the screen. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Burke's got 5 now.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, I had a chance to catch up with the Minnesota Timberwolves head coach. I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol. showing that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end. And the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris. Hardaway's checked in for Minnesota. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Number 1, the Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
The shot's good from Gasol.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Now here is Hardaway. Pass to Reed. Just 5 on the clock. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Bayless is checked in. Hardaway against Leonard. Here's Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Aldridge has got his second basket.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
There's a screen. Reed a screen on Green. Here's Bayless. Rejected by Gasol. And they get it back. And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body, so some free throws coming up right now. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Spurs?
Fellas, the rebounding has been very strong. Excellent so far. Putbacks are very valuable, and they're getting some.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
David Lee checked in for San Antonio. Here's Rozier, covered by Mills. That's good. Here's Mills. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Mills passes to Lee. He kicks it to Gasol. Shot clock at 6. Back to Lee. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Mills can't hit.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Now here is Hardaway. Reed misses.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Green kicks to Leonard. And the Spurs scoring again.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Noah the screen. Hardaway against Leonard. Here's Bayless. Here's Rozier. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Rozier's got his second bucket tonight.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
1:30 left in the first quarter. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Leonard on the wing. Guarded by Hardaway. Leonard dishes to Mills. Green, the pass to Leonard. 18 feet out. Mills can't hit.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Here's Hardaway. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. San Antonio calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Here's Rozier. Shoots from the right block. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Rozier's got 6.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Now here's Lee. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Noah with the block. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Noah the screen. Here's Rozier, covered by Mills. All the way up top, fires it up. And again, it's Minnesota. Here's Clark. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Spurs out in front, up by 1. We've got more in store for you right after this.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from.
And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brothers.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
Noah is out there with Towns. Then there's Burke. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Ingles in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but to keep him out of rhythm.
Floats one up. Rejected by Aldridge. Now Gay pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And it doesn't really matter who starts. Starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Butler goes in. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Butler's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Screened by Valanciunas. Noah against Aldridge. 5 on the clock. Here's Ingles. He had 10 points in the win against Utah.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side. And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds a spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
Out to Parker. Back to Aldridge. Who clangs that one off? The back iron, and down it falls. Aldridge has got 8 points. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
They set the pick. Noah kicks to Butler. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. That's now 8 points for Jimmy Butler.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Kicks it out to Gay. Back to Parker. And stolen by Burke. And here we go. Fast break. Burke's got it. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. He's coming off an excellent season. Last year averaged 21 points per, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
Yeah, he always seems to supply points for this group. And yeah, things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He serves the bill there.
Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against Utah.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls. Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Now, here's Burke, covered by Parker. Butler against Green. Just 5 to shoot, and Burke has it in the corner. Rebound, San Antonio.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
He feeds it to Butler. They set the screen. Noah's shot is off. The Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Outside Leonard. Spurs passing it around. Screened by Valanciunas. Parker dishes to Valanciunas. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike. For 2. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 1. Burke, the pass to Butler. Feeds to Burke. Here's Towns. Off on the layup. Spurs shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
The Timberwolves shooting 44% from the field in the second. Burke kicks to Butler. To the inside. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Down low, Towns. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Noah's got 3 assists tonight. Spurs have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Parker left side. Dishes it to Green. Offline with his 3.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Pass to Burke, the 3, and he gets it to go. Burke's got 12 points in the game. No shortage of drama here early on.
Well, neither team can grasp control of this thing. I mean, both teams trying to get a hold of it.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early. And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Back to Butler. To the paint. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Kicks it to Parker. From deep 3-point range, and he gets it to go. He's got 8.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Reedy's checked in for Noah. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Joe Ingles. Jared Bayless is checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Rozier in for Burke. Leonard on the wing. Goes up the baseline. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. They set the pick. Down low. Leonard with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Leonard's got... the ball. And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. Number 1, the Spurs.
You know, Kevin, it's going to be really hard to duplicate the level of success they had in the block shots category last season. I know they'll give it their best effort, but it's hard to imagine that they could do much better than last season. Leonard has been playing really well. 16 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker. This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Towns with the steal. Reed with it. Gasol covering. Passes to Rozier. Lets it go with the 3. Gasol with the rebound. San Antonio trailing here. Mills dishes to Leonard. To the middle. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Gasol, and he dunks it down. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
And the pass to Rozier. Lets the 3 fly. A rebound by Gasol.
2 minutes. And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Hardaway against Gay. Hardaway kicks to Reed. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Well, we've got a moment to look back to last year's Spurs right now. First in assists, first in steals, and they were number 1 in blocks. An intimidating defensive squad.
And back to those assist numbers. I mean, they were maybe the most enjoyable team to watch in the league last season. Just the way they moved the ball, the fluidity with which they operate.
Out of bounds, Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. .127 left to play here in the second quarter. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. Coming off a terrific season. He's averaged 20 points a game, 13 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Yeah, you know, we've seen drivers think they see a crease in the defense and then go for it, and then he shuts the door on them right away.
And there's the feed to Mills. 6 to shoot. And the 3 off target. The Timberwolves trail. To the left wing. Hardaway for 3. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Picked by Lee. There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter. The three from Mills, and the shot is good. Mills has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
And he gets it to go. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
And every time you think one team's got something going, the other seems to respond.
Seesawing back and forth in the balance this game has been. Neither team giving an inch.
Gay outside. He dishes it to Mills. Soft touch off the glass. Mills has got his second bucket of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Up in time. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And the first half comes.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith, and it was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to. And that's going to do it for now, as the second half is almost ready to.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Now, come on, Greg. That's much easier said than done when he's the penetrator. I mean, his speed and agility make him extremely tough to cover.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Valanciunas in at the center position. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
And the foul called on Daniel Green. Burke with the screen for Butler. Shot off the screen. Reed misses.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
And the dunk by Valanciunas. And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Reed a screen on Green. Butler passes to Reed. The dish to Butler. Reed a screen. Here's Towns. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Starting to get restless here. 0 for 4 to start the second half.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. But they get it back. Knocked away. Parker with the steal. 17-foot shot on the way. Second shot opportunity. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
They set the pick. Reed a screen. Pass to Ingles. He kicks it to Burke. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Some good numbers for Burke. 12 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
The Timberwolves have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. Joakim Noah's checked in for Minnesota. Burke hits them both. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Valanciunas inside. Covered by Noah. Valanciunas, good.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Reed a screen. Burke kicks to Ingles. Six on the shot clock. Here's Butler. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls. Butler's got 10 points in the game. San Antonio calls timeout. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Parker with it. 8 points for him. Green kicks to Parker. Back to Green. Spurs passing it around. Aldridge down low. Working on Noah. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Burke kicks it to Noah. Inside. Ingles. Great D that time from Leonard.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense, because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempt.
Here's Ingles. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Noah's got his 4th assist in this one.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Parker, guarded closely. He feeds it to Valanciunas. Here's Leonard, powered down with both hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lane with the dunk like that.
Here's Ingles. He's covered by Leonard. Butler dishes to Reed. Noah, the pass to Reed. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And Butler, here we go. Reed misses.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Minnesota calls timeout. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round one.
And, Greg, the first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better. And that could make it easier down the road.
Clark, he's checked in for Green. Butler kicks to Reed. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
Spurs leading by 7. To the middle, here's Parker. A beautiful reverse layup. Parker's got 10.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon, because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Butler kicks to Reed. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Reed's got 6 points in the quarter.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
A nice shot by Aldridge.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Reed.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Aldridge, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Leonard dishes to Parker. Aldridge a screen. Parker passes to Aldridge. Can't cash in from close range. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Butler. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
And Parker, here we go. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
The basket by Ingles.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 6th assist on the night.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
They set the pick. Burke kicks to Reed. Shot is off. Aldridge with some nice D. Spurs leading by 6. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Now here's Burke, covered by Parker. And the rejection by Leonard. They retain possession. Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Butler dishes to Burke. 1:56 left in the third. In transition, here comes San Antonio. And Leonard gets it to go.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
It's Noah with the drive. That's good.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
So it's San Antonio now. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the teams.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes,
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Reed a screen on Parker. Here's Burke. The kick outside to Butler. But they'll get another chance.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Here's Ingles. Noah kicks to Burke for the 3. Rebound San Antonio. Aldridge has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Outside Leonard. Clock at 6. Leonard draws the double. Here's Clark. Ingles with the rebound.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Timberwolves passing it around. Noah drives in. Makes it off the glass. Noah's got 5 now.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Leonard. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
It's blocked.
Out of bounds.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Mills. And that's not going to go.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Timberwolves trail by 8. We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Towns is out there with Reed. Then it's Jared Bayless, and it's Rozier in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
A wide open look for Gasol, and it's San Antonio with another.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Shot's good. Reed's got 11 points here in just the second half.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Gasol kicks to lead. It's tipped. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Rozier, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Lee with the steal. Gay outside. And Rozier pulls it down. Timberwolves trail by 6. All going up court. Feeds it to Reed. Fires from deep. Shot is off. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And Mills kicks to Gasol. From deep three-point range, San Antonio again missing. Timberwolves have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Here's Rozier, covered by Mills. They set the pick. This is to Towns. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 5. Reed a screen. Puts up a 3. But they recover it.
That's how to bang down low. His hard work gives him another possession.
That's good.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well.
The 3 from Mills. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 8 rebounds in this game.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
San Antonio leading by 4. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
You know, he just like every other coach can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Right side, Aldridge. Inside, Gasol passes to Gay. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. That's now 7 points for Rudy Gay.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Aldridge against Reed. Now here's Burke. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Ingles. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Lovely dish by Columbus's own Trey Burke.
Now here's Mills. Kicks it to Aldridge. Offside Gasol. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one is on time. And the first one at the line is good. Gasol hits them both.
It's been tough for them to try to slow down Gasol. He's got 8 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Butler dishes to Reed. Towns kicks to Ingles. Clock at 6. Burke with it. Gasol covering. High, arcing shot. And they're moving it up. Here's Gay. Rebound, Minnesota. Now Burke. Butler in the corner. Pass to Towns. Fader on the way. And it's Gay with the rebound.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Good looking screen by Gasol. Gay passes to Gasol. Terrific design on the big play. And he lays it in. Gasol's got 6 in the quarter.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
Mills, that's a 2-pointer. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Burke hits them both. Spurs leading by 5. To the paint, here's Aldridge, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the 4th, sinking the majority of their shots. Reed dishes to Butler. Can't get it to go. Great tee that time from Green. It's deflected. Reed with the steal. And here's Burke. The pass to Butler for 3. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
Aldridge a screen. Parker drives in, and Butler sends it back. And they'll keep possession. Tries again, and Parker with the layup.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Here's Leonard, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Reed a screen. Burke kicks to Butler. To the middle. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Trey Burke. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Kyle Anderson is checked in for San Antonio. That misses, so he splits the free throws. San Antonio leading by 7. Parker outside, out to the right wing. Anderson, and it's good on the assist by Parker.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Coach can't be pleased with their inconsistency on the defensive glass. They've been caught taking pictures out there. They're watching, as opposed to getting in there and securing the orange.
And the Timberwolves call timeout. Checked in for Anderson.
David Lee.
.156 left in the fourth quarter. Tipped away. Burke with it, picked up by Aldridge. Pulls it from the elbow. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of him rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead.
To the middle, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Here's Parker. That's a 6th. Field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
.114 left in the fourth quarter. Gay against Butler. Gay passes to Aldridge. Gay with no one around. The offensive rebound. Goes up again. And the wide open shot from Green. And the shot. Counts, he's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Spurs.
Steve, I agree. You know, I think the attitude was very impressive. And Clark, you had talked about this before the game. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. They put a tremendous performance in terms of effort and intensity, and they deserve to win this one.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so this victory tonight will give them the front end of what I believe will be a knockdown, drag-out season series, folks. They win the first of what will be 3 this year against the Timberwolves.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Leonard. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're up by 13. There's 39 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Baylor comes in for Reed. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Rozier in for Trey Burke. Screened by Valanciunas. Murray dishes to Valanciunas. Again, the miss by the Spurs. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The feed to Hardaway. And Butler gets it to go.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And, guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
Here's Murray. The 11-footer. The shot no good. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They came in here and took care of it.
Well, Pal, congratulations on the win here. How satisfying is this victory?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet. LaMarcus Aldridge. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
When LaMarcus Aldridge gets rolling, it's always...
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal,